What is going on, everybody? It is your girl Nappy Nikki here. I wanted to come by on my lunch break quickly and talk about some crazy news that's been going on. And WTF, hello, New York City, can you get it together, please? So a few days ago, I posted on my Facebook page an article about this cannibal cop in New York City that had this list of 100 women who he wanted to torture, rape, and then eat. Yes, I said eat. This man has this fetish called Vour, and there's this website called Devour, and it's dedicated to this website where people have a fantasy about people being eaten and watching people being eaten, eating someone, or watching two people do it. I don't know, it's gross. Or watching people eat, I don't know. So yeah, it's disgusting, and I want to know, why hasn't New York City, where is the extensive background check in this? Where is the, the FBI? It needs to be extensive, because we have a man on the New York Police Department for more than 10 years, I think, or at least 10 years, who enjoys eating women. And I don't think he has yet, but if you've made a list of people that you would like to eat, that's something to be, you got to be a little worried about that situation. What I find most interesting about the situation is that his wife, yes, he has a wife and an infant daughter or child. One or the other, he has an infant child. I don't know if it's a daughter or not. But she met him on OkCupid. Now, the interesting thing about that is, a month ago, I think, I was listening to The Breakfast Club, Power 105, which I listen to every morning. Angela Yee was talking about, I think either somebody, it was like a couple or two people, and they met each other on OkCupid, and either the person was raped or killed. I think it was raped. And her question was, do these online dating sites, should they do extensive background checks if you're going to, if people are going to be meeting up like this, if they're going to be in a relationship? And a lot of people said that it's not the dating site's responsibility to do that. Everybody has to meet people on their own terms and all that stuff. But at what point, should there be enough? There just has to be some type of precaution that's taken when you get to this. And yes, it could have been vice versa. Yes, it could have been the man that was the one attacked and the woman was the one being the predator, whatever it is. But there should always be, this needs to be taken seriously. And I say this because last summer, I tried to do the whole, I think last summer was the first summer that I was introduced to online dating. And let me just go ahead and say this now, I hate it. It was always unsuccessful, a lot of weirdos and all that stuff. But it makes me think, I could have met someone that was crazy and that could have killed me, or could have been a freaking cannibal cop. And it's freaky. And I'm so happy that I'm over that, and I have no interest in it. I'm glad that I didn't. I'm grateful that nothing bad ever happened to me. But I feel sorry for these women that are already on these websites, and then these terrible things are happening to them, and nobody's giving them a warning. OkCupid or eHarmony or all these other Match.com. These sites don't have. Yes, they ask you 1,000 questions about if would you rather be interesting or different or some weird. If they ask you all these questions, they can't do a background check on you. And especially the ones you pay for, like eHarmony, especially that one. Because if people pay all that money to be on these dating websites, and yes, some are successful and not, you don't hear about a lot of things, you don't hear about it, but you never know if it actually happens. But at least I think these dating sites should definitely do an extensive background check. But to get back on the topic of the cannibal cop. So I'm reading the article, and the judge asks him, how big is your oven? And the guy says, big enough to put one of those girls in there if I bent her legs. I almost had a freaking heart attack at my desk. It was just creepy as hell. And I don't understand why. And the prosecutor seems to think that he said, oh, it's just a fantasy. It's not like he's actually doing it. I don't care. It's Isn't that something like premeditated murder? Like, this man, he made a list of 100 women that he would like to torture, rape, and kill and eat. Like, isn't that enough? Shouldn't that be the end of it? Like, is there... that should be the end of it. This man was walking out on the streets, supposed to be protecting New York City, and he's the creepy one. And then that makes me cautious of everybody else on the New York Police Department or any other police department. Like, are these people, are they really the ones supposed to be protecting us, or should we be worried? Should I be worried when I'm in the subway at midnight or something, going home from being out, and there are some cops there and they look like they're supposed to be protecting us from the bad guys, but they actually are the bad guys? Like, whose job is this? Whose job is it to check up on this and make sure they're not the crazy ones? Like, I don't get it. I think it's ridiculous. I feel terrible for that wife and their daughter or their child, and I feel just hurt because how can you be in a situation like that, and even his colleagues and his partners and everybody else in the NYPD who aren't the bad people? How do you deal with that? How do you accept the scrutiny that other people are going to give you because of one bad apple? You know, like, whose job is it to check up on that and make sure that people aren't being hurt, you know, by these so-called good guys? And tell me what you guys think. Do you think that online dating sites should be more extensive on their research of people and doing background checks and making sure that we don't have any creeps or, you know, sexual predators or anything like that? Do you think that, or do you think that it's the job of the person who's on the dating site and it's our, you know, we have to choose people with our discretion and make sure that we don't get any weirdos? Now, I've had some crazy people. I've had a guy who I didn't like. He told me to F off after I said I don't want to waste your time, but so F off. Like, I don't. Anyway, that's a whole nother story. And I will do a vlog about my online dating experiences, and some of the, not all of them were terribly bad, but none of them obviously were successful because I'm still single. But yeah, tell me what you guys think. Put it in the comments below. I will put a link to the article on the Huffington Post that I read right here, and I will also I don't think I'm gonna do a blog post about it because I don't think it's necessary, but yeah, it's just tell me what you guys think. If you think that, first of all, you think the man is crazy, please share with me your thoughts and your ideas about this, because I am so super interested. And the fact that this man in court said to a judge that he could fit a grill in his oven, that is a problem to me. That means he wanted to roast her, and that's not cool. So to all you ladies and men who are out there on online dating sites and, you know, you're not being too careful with meeting people, just be careful, please. Just, if you can meet this person in freaking Grand Central if you have to, then do that, because people are crazy out there in these streets and it's a tough world. You have to protect yourself. You can't trust anyone. And so yeah, so let me know what you guys think. I'm gonna go because it's almost 10 minutes long. I need to get back to work. So yeah, peace.